The future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive beyond Episode 9 by Disney and Lucasfilm, not just with Disney Plus and the live-action TV series to come, as well as animated shows, but also the new Star Wars trilogy of films, these new Star Wars movies to be released throughout this entire decade. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, by far, one of the biggest challenges of all time for Disney and Lucasfilm is, of course, exactly how they are going to handle this new mythology of Star Wars. These new Star Wars movies that's going to bring us, the fans, into a new era of the Star Wars universe that we have never seen before on film in the Skywalker saga, and I think that's going to be a very interesting thing. I really do, because they're using the A-list actor format. They want to bring on board a lot of A-list actors for these new Star Wars movies, and not just that, they want to make these movies darker in tone. They want to gear these movies more so towards an adult audience, per se, where it's going to be modeled after, a darker theme, if you will. And I think that's a very interesting way to go. Obviously, if you're aiming to make darker Star Wars movies, it's going to have more violence. Hence, it's going to have, more action sequences that have something to do with lightsabers and stuff around those lines. Now, when we look at the fourth trilogy, obviously this is a big deal because Disney and Lucasfilm, they have to really play their cards correctly in order to regain the trust of fans, to let us know that they can do something right, just like how they did with The Mandalorian. Now, on top of all of this, both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their brand new Star Wars universe beyond Episode 9, and that they are also primarily focused on the new Star Wars trilogy of films that are all set to be released throughout this decade that will bring fans to a new mythology of Star Wars. It's noted that one of the big plans by Disney is to reveal new secrets about the Jedi in this new Star Wars film that is dubbed as Star Wars X, that will serve as the first film of the new trilogy of films for fans around the world, and that one of the big plans for the new Star Wars film is to explain the origins of the first Jedi and the legacy of the first Jedi, and that Disney wants to make this character known for the new Star Wars movie. The new film is said to go over new Jedi characters, new secrets of the Sith legacy, and that they will also be introducing new dark side users. Additionally, it's noted that they are in negotiations of bringing back the world of Alderaan in their new Star Wars film, and that Disney wants to explore these worlds that were teased in the Skywalker saga to be front and center for these new Star Wars movies. They are also looking into bringing back the world of Coruscant and showing fans a different side of the planet that they have never seen before, as well as the familiar territory that is the location of the Jedi Temple. Now, it's explained that this new Star Wars film will also dive into brand new Force powers that fans have never seen before in Star Wars films, and that Disney did this with The Rise of Skywalker to test the waters and to actually see the reactions, and that they're looking to taking it to the next level for fans. This new Star Wars film is also set to answer the full questions related to the Jedi and Sith origins that are currently unknown, and that the Jedi legacy will play a role in this new movie. So, let's go over a couple of parts about this. Obviously, we do know that the fourth trilogy is going to be a big risk by Disney and Lucasfilm. There's no doubt about that. But keep in mind that they have creator George Lucas on board advising this and implementing some of his original ideas for the prequels. They also have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni on board, having a say in the matter of specific creative choices. And not just that, they are also looking to base this movie heavily on Star Wars Legends material in order to really craft something very interesting for the hardcore fans. Now, obviously, in case you guys did not know, the Star Wars universe is very expansive. There's a lot of things to cover for these three new Star Wars movies, and like I say, the fact that they're trying to really implement the idea of the first Jedi legacy and the origins of the first Jedi, I think is going to be a very interesting concept for this new Star Wars film. Now, obviously, when we look at Star Wars, we do know that these new movies are going to be quite a challenge for Disney and Lucasfilm. They're basically in George Lucas's, shoes right now of how he was back in 1975, 1974, when he was developing Star Wars A New Hope, where he was pretty much trying to come up with something revolutionary. And that's exactly what Disney is trying to do with Star Wars. They're trying to really catch lightning in a bottle again. To do something so unique, so original, that's going to make it feel like it's on its own, away from the Skywalker saga, where we are now heading into a new saga, a new mythology. And honestly, I'm very excited. I really am. I'm excited because Kathleen Kennedy is no longer involved on a creative level, so I think that we're most definitely going to see a difference in tone for these new Star Wars films. But it's not just that. It's the fact that we're moving away from any characters that can be either ruined or, pretty much manipulated with by Disney and Lucasfilm, whatever have you. The Skywalkers will not be in this, so we have nothing to worry about Luke or Anakin, being done in a wrong way. These are going to be brand new characters, and some characters being based off of Star Wars Legends material, and the fact that George is indeed involved in some way, shape, or form as an advisor and as, a person, who created Star Wars, who's going to implement some ideas into these new movies, I think is yet another big plus to the fourth Star Wars trilogy, these new series of Star Wars movies. So, with that being said, guys, I would really like to hear what each and every one of you have to say about the new mythology of Star Wars that's going to come in the near future. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.